Welcome back to the session on media management and production. So, in this lecture, we are going to focus on a new topic, which is media ownership. So, it is a very important topic and it is very much theory oriented. So, you need to know what exactly it is and you need to get into deep into understand what exactly media ownership is talking about. So, let's get into the details. So, before we understand what is media ownership, I want you to ask a question to yourself that when you are reading a newspaper or when you are watching a television or maybe you are watching or reading news in any kind of website, what kind of news are you're watching or what kind of news you are reading, like who is deciding what kind of information should be reaching to the audience, like how it is framed, what kind of perspective is taken, like who is deciding all this? What is the answer that is coming into your mind first? Most probably everyone might have told journalist or editors. Of course, partially these answers are correct. Like half of it is like the new journalist is the people who chooses which kind of story is going to be pursued, like how they are going to report it, how they are going to frame the story. These are decided by the journalist, and also editors are going to like what kind of news is going to be pushed forward, like how they will edit, like they decide that. So the answer is partially correct, but there are some other equally important prior answer to this, like the owner of the media organization. The owner of the media organization is also equally important to like what kind of news is getting forward, like what kind of political orientation that they are going to take. So this is also being decided half by the owner of that particular media organization. So let's understand the classic definition of media ownership. So media ownership refers to the control. Okay, it is the control over media enterprises, including newspapers, magazines, television, radio stations, digital media platforms. So all these enterprises is controlled over by the media ownership. So this is what exactly the definition, the standard definition is saying this is what media ownership is. And also what is media ownership doing, like what is the purpose of this? This is actually determining who sets the policies, like who makes the decisions. See, these are all decided by the head, like the owner of that publication. So what kind of content is produced, like how that content is going to be distributed, like what kind of business models are employed, like what editorial positions are taken. So there are so many fundamental questions that need to be answered. And also one thing you need to note is all these questions answers are very uncomfortable answers, and it doesn't have a straightforward answers, like you cannot say this have an editorial independence. Like we will while we get into more into the details, I will say more about it. So there are the thing I want to make here is that these are all decided by some other factors also, not only the journalist or editors. So the content that is going to be distributed or any kind of position that the organization is going to take, or all are dependent on so many other factors. And also media ownership gives research scholars and media practitioners insights into how the media, society, politics, all these are interconnected, how much they are interrelated. So there is a kind of research scholarship also on this, on the basis of the relationship between the media, society and politics. Now that is what media ownership is. Now we will get into the political economy of the media. Okay, this is the theoretical framework. Okay, here is the where the theoretical framework is starting. So when you hear the term like the political economy, doesn't mean that it is something very big thing. Like it is not something intimidating. Actually, political economy is the study between the political power and the economic structures. Okay, it is the study or relationship between, not like between, economic structures. So as I told, it is examining the theoretical framework like the economic factors, political influences, social context, that all these are going to shape how the content is being produced, like how the content is going to be distributed, like how the consumption, like how the audience is going to consume this particular content. All these are dependent on the economic factors, political orientation, and what kind of social context that they are living in. So it is very important to understand the political economy of that particular place. So the political economy approach analyzes the power relationship between politics, mediation, and economics. So this is what as I told, like the relationship between the economic structures and the political power. So the political economic framework is asking very important and fundamental questions that we need to get an answer. Like sometimes you will not get a proper answer, but still these questions are very much relevant, connecting to the thing what we are studying, the mass communication. That's what we are studying. So we need to try to get answers for these questions, like who owns the media, who is the person, or maybe it is a one person, maybe it is an entity. So who owns the media, who controls media content decisions, like is it always the editor, or is it always the owner, or is it always the person who is holding the most of the shares. So these are all questions that need to get an answer. And also, how do ownership structures affect what is covered and what is not? See, what you see on media, is it always true, or do you think every content that is relevant to the democratic space, is it covered over there? No, some of the news are not even in the mainstream media. So who is going to decide like which of the news should be on the should be there and should be not there? So this is also a key questions that is asked by the political economic framework. And also, how do economic interests of owners shape editorial decisions? Is the owner is going to take a say in the editorial decision, or do they have editorial independence? Do they have editorial independence? And also, how do economic interest of owners shape and also how does media concentration affect democracy and public discourse? This is also very important, that how much of the media is like reinforcing the democracy, or also how is it bringing down? So these are all some of the key questions that are asked by the political economy framework. And we need to know some of the scholars that are very important in the case of political economy. I will just list out some of the